So do you want me to just go ahead and start presenting?
You're live. So you go ahead and introduce yourself and yeah, get the ball rolling.
Oh, okay. How's everybody doing? I'm Samuel Robbins. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Livingstone College. I am also an alumni of Livingstone as well. I am a 2013 graduate of this beautiful HBCU. My school mascot is the Blue Bear. Um, as we continue to go on, I will give you tidbits and information about our historical institution. Um, One of the things I'll go into is I'll show you all a slideshow. I'll even show you a few um, videos as well that kind of gives a little bit of a background of our college as far as I go at today's time. Uh, Also, whatever questions you ask, make sure you type them in clearly so I can make sure I get back to you to answer those. And don't be afraid to stop me in between to ask a question, because I'll also stop and answer your questions as follows. So what I will do now is I will share my screen. Um, so as you see here on the screen, Livingstone College, Holistic College, looking towards the future. Um, all right. Um, I'm not going to read directly from the slide, but I'll pull majority of the information that I'll give you from it. Uh, so you can read it all the way through. Livingstone College was founded originally as Zion Wesley Institute. We are AME Zion um, Ministry School. We're governed by the AME Zion Church. We were founded in Concord, North Carolina, which is about 30 to 35 minutes, about 30 to 35 minutes south of Salisbury, North Carolina, where we are currently located. Livingstone was founded in 1879. They relocated to Salisbury in 1882 due to a grant, generous donation given by the trustees. Livingstone sits on 40 acres of land, and that's not 40 acres in one spot. That's 40 acres spread out around the county of Rowan. Our founder of Livingstone is David Livingstone, which is who the school is named after. And I actually said that wrong. The founder is Price. David Livingstone was a philanthropist that the school was named after. My apologies for the mix up on that one. The courses that we require of our incoming freshmen into Livingstone, this is just to give you a little bit of background of what we accept and what we won't accept. For units of English, usually across the United States, all of these classes are classes that you mostly take. Math, English and science, social studies, foreign languages. It could be any two foreign languages. It could be Spanish, French, German. It could be a combination of two different ones, Spanish one, French one. Um, any combination of social studies, two, any combination of sciences, your basic math, algebra 1, 2, geometry, pre-cal, even trig if you take it, and the basic four Englishes. Now with the Englishes, it can actually be a combination of any of the Englishes, Englishes 1 through 4, or World Lit, the different Englishes that they teach you in school. Our minimum GPA requirement is a 2.0. In order to be eligible for scholarships and grants, you have to have over 2.5 as well. Excuse me. You have to have over 2.5 to receive any scholarships or grants. The higher your GPA, the more scholarships you're eligible for. If you have below 1.9, Livingstone is unique to some other schools. We do have a summer bridge program. Other schools have a bridge program as well. I've worked at two other colleges. I know one of those colleges, they have a bridge program, but it's not the same as ours. Our bridge program, we accept students with a 1.5 or 1.9, where they basically go through a 6-week program. um, during the summer to help them adjust to coming to college. Uh, if you are a transfer or you know someone that wants to transfer to Livingstone, we need high school transcripts. We need the college transcripts from all colleges and universities that you've attended, as well as high schools, a minimum 2.0 GPA for a transfer. If you're over the age of 24 and have attained an associate's degree, we technically don't ask for the high school transcript. We just need your degree information. The majors that we offer here, we have over 20 majors. I can't, I won't go into each individual major. I'll hit each one. I hit at least one for each. School of Business. I'm a sports management major, so I have a degree in sports management here at Livingstone College. Sports management falls under our business majors. School of Education and Social Work. You know, if you want to become a teacher or a social worker, we offer those majors. School of Liberal Arts. Liberal Arts covers several different majors. Liberal arts can just be general studies. We have a theater arts major that falls up under that as well. School of Mathematics and Science. We don't have an engineering degree, but our mathematics and our science majors usually tend to go into those majors for grad school. We also have students that come here and get a degree in biology and they move on to medical school. Another program that we offer here that is one of our presidents, Dr. Jimmy R. Jenkins' baby. When he came here from a previous institution, he brought this program with him. It's a hospitality management degree. Get a get your degree in hospitality management, and or you can get an associate in culinary arts. Um, the degree you get that with 120 semester hours, and the culinary arts program 66 hours. So it gives you a little bit of something to choose from. Hospitality management and culinary arts is housed out of a former hotel. The school bought a old Holiday Inn, so we use that as well as for residence life and housing as well. What am I looking at? Somebody put something in the chat. How is the school psychology program? And we have a very solid psychology program. From what I know of the program, we have quite a few students that have left here and moved on to what state is that? Maryland Eastern Shore. Close friend of mine, and he uses his psychology degree to work with at-risk youth in the Maryland Eastern Shore area. So I really don't know a lot about it. I do know one of the professors that runs that program. He's a very down-to-earth individual. He doesn't cut students any corners. He doesn't allow students to come in and get a cakewalk. Even if you just take a psychology class underneath him, Dr. Samuel Pickney, he pretty much makes you work for it. I mean, if your son wants to sign up for the summer bridge program, fill out, go to livingstone.edu, and not I myself, but someone in admissions will pull his application. If he does not have that GPA to become a regular student and he wants to go through the bridge, or you want him to go through the bridge, just fill that application out, get us his high school transcript. And once we get his high school transcript, then the next move would be for him to be sent, his information to be sent over to the Success Center where Mrs. Jones, she's the director of the Bridge program, and she will be the one to get the paperwork out to him as far as go with all of the requirements. If you have anything else pertaining to that, I can get you a number. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'm going to type in the message box her line. If you have any other questions, because I don't want to leave anything in no stones unturned for you. Where is Ms. Jones at? So I put, hold on, that's the name. So that's her number for you to be able to contact her also. Um, Next slide, please. We do also have our Army ROTC as well as Air Force ROTC. Those two programs are a collaboration between Livingstone College and UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte is about 30 to 40 minutes away from our campus, south on 85. You'll be commuted, or should I say, transported back and forth between the two campuses by Curtis Dr. Dean. I know that sounds so funny when I say his name. We refer to him as Dr. Dean. So he's the liaison for the Army ROTC and Air Force ROTC. Can you let Ms. Jones know I'm on a Zoom? As I said again, the Army ROTC and the Air Force ROTC programs, they're designed to help students once they graduate from college to go into the officer training programs that the military offers. They also offer stipends and extra money that the students can, apply for, as well as they'll get a stipend of, I think it's like around $700 to $800 to go towards their books, as well as to put some money in their pocket also. As you see in the picture, these are actual ROTC cadets that are actually on our campus, and they're on our campus in both of these pictures. The picture to your right is in the background. Those are two of our residential halls and our business majors department in the far back. See what else? All right, the scholarships and grants that we offer here at Livingstone College. Our current tuition, we're a small private HBCU, so our tuition isn't really high. You would consider it to be high compared to your state schools, but because we're private and we're funded by the AME Zion Church, it's not that bad. So our current tuition is $25,492 per year. What is attached to that $25,000 is your room and board and your books. So you don't have to worry about going to buy books when you once you enroll here. That is the last of your worries, because that is a part of your tuition. So when you get here, you don't have to worry about, well, how much are my books going to cost. Once you sign that contract to become a college student here, you're already covered. The scholarships that we offer are as follows. We have these are 5 scholarships. We have 4 scholarships that we offer. That's the presidential, the board of trustees, the holistic, and the honors scholarships. The presidential scholarship is a 3.75 with a 1200 SAT, 26 ACT. Anything below that is a different scholarship. Presidential pays for everything, fully functional. You don't have to worry about paying for nothing out of pocket other than maybe a housing fee, or coming in your application fee. Your board of trustees scholarship, that's a $10,000 scholarship annual. You are able to renew those scholarships, each of those scholarships every semester, not every semester, but every year, based on you maintaining the GPA that you came in with. The other scores doesn't matter once you come in with that GPA and you maintain it. The holistic scholarship is $7,000. Now the $10,000 and $7,000, as well as the $5,000 scholarship, which is the honor scholarship. All of those scholarships are based on the whole school year. So there's $10,000 for the year with the board of trustees. So that takes $10,000 off of the 25. Then you have the honor scholarship. Like I said again, that's $5,000. Now all of those scholarships reduces the amount of money that you'll have to pay out of pocket. The only other scholarship, or technically it's a grant, you only get it one time, and that's a $3,000 incentive grant that we give to freshmen as well as transfer students. You, in order to obtain that, you have to have over a 2.5 GPA, and as I said again, it's only awarded the first year. One of the things that I didn't know when I first came to college that kind of, I wish I would have paid more attention to when I first came in was UNCF.org scholarships. So the United Negro College Fund has a website where you can go and apply for different scholarships. Parents, I advise you to advise your children, sons, daughters, nieces, and nephews to sign up to UNCF.org because there's so much money out there for those students that they will end up not having to pay for anything out of pocket, as long as they're willing to do the due diligence and the legwork to get those scholarships, to apply for those scholarships. Again, that is uncf.org/scholarships. Now we're getting ready to go into what I like to call my highlight of my college years. I didn't go into it at the beginning, but as a college student here at Livingstone, I was a mascot. I had an opportunity to represent my institution. They gave me an opportunity to come to college. Unlike most, my screen won't cooperate. There we go. I have a college championship ring for being the mascot. The school gave me an opportunity, and I gave the school something back in return. I gave it my blood, sweat, and tears. Or I'm not gonna say my blood. I gave it my sweat and my tears. As I walked through these maples of thy oaks as a student. But one of the things that Livingstone College does offer is we are a Division II school. We're very family oriented. We do have a great athletic program. And I say program meaning all of our athletic sports are great. Our football team isn't doing great right now, considering, with all of the COVID and everything else, because they're not really competing. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Livingstone is historically we're very important to the HBCU community. Us and Johnson C. Smith played in the very first college collegiate football championship game to ever be played in Division II football, far as HBCUs are concerned. They played their very first football game on our front lawn right here on Livingstone campus, 701 West Monroe Street, Salisbury, North Carolina. And when that football game was played, there's a lot of controversy with the final play of the game. Some say William Trent, which was our star quarterback, they say he scored on a quarterback keeper. Some say he didn't score, but at the end of the day, the score never showed up because of the fact that it's recorded that we did not win that first football game played between both HBCUs. With that being said, we have men's athletic programs for our men and women's athletes, our student athletes, our basketball, cross country, football, track, and track and field. Track and field respectively for your men and women, cross country men and women, basketball men and women, golf is for the guys, football as well. Women's sports is bowling, cheerleading, tennis, and volleyball. Some laugh, but I was a former cheerleader as well. That's how I ended up becoming a mascot. I'm going to show you all, bear with me, I'm going to show you all a video. Where are you at? Come on. All right. Oh, now you want to act silly. Hold on. Sorry about that. There we go. The video that I'm getting ready to show you all, it highlights our athletics, but also the beautiful thing about this is you all have a kind of being blessed right now. This Who You With was actually something that I came up with my freshman year. I was, like I said, I came in 2008, so I came in with the Who You With during one of our, I'm gonna say over the course of a 3 week time period. So this is our chant here at Livingstone. Just like everybody has some type of chant, this is ours, and I was the guy that kind of started the Who You With movement, as someone affectionately called it. All right, that's a lot of that. All right, pull the other screen back up. As you know, as you're seeing on the screen, if you didn't catch it, I'll give you a quick synopsis of the championships that we have won here. We have, I want to say, about 7 or 8 golf championships. We have 2 CIAA back-to-back championships for our men's basketball. We have, and that was for 2014, 2015 school year. Well, 2015 CIAA, 2014 and 2015 CIAA championships. I got to make sure I got my numbers right. We also have a former Livingstone College graduate. She, at the bottom of the screen, you see her holding up the flag. Her name is Cornelia Hayes. She graduated here, and she's also a 2-time Division II national champion. She runs 800 and the 800 and the 4x8. She was a heck of an athlete. She was also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Also, women's basketball, we have a CIAA championship for my women's basketball team. I believe that was in 2001, 2002. I know that was back in the day. We also have, trying to think, make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. Oh, 1997, 1998, we won the CIAA championship in football. We have 3 former NFL football players that have come out of Livingstone. One was back in the day, like in the 60s, a guy by the name of Romus Jeffries. In the late 2000s, matter of fact, it was the early 90s. Ben Coates, which is a former New England Patriot who helped Tom Brady start his reign of winning championships in New England. He's a former graduate of here as well. And the last person that came out of Livingstone to go to the NFL was Wilmot Perry. He was also on the Livingstone College men's championship football team. He came out and was drafted by the New Orleans Saints, where Mike Dicker was their coach. I know some of the students might not know who I'm talking about, but some of the parents may be familiar with Mike Dicker, them Chicago Bears back in the day. Student life at Livingstone campus. I feel like, the student life is what makes the campus exciting. I also refer to student life as being family life. If you go to an HBCU, you don't just get a degree, you gain family members. I don't care where you go, it's going to happen. It just depends on how you choose to accept your college classmates, because we all come from a different walk of life, but we all have a lot of similarities. And one of the things that makes us so similar and different, and it shows throughout the campus, is our Greek life. We have all 9 of the Divine Nine on our campus, all 5 male fraternities, all 4 female sororities, from Alpha Phi Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, and Iota Phi Theta, as well as the four Greek sororities: Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Zeta Phi Beta, and Sigma Gamma Rho. We also have KK Psi, which is a band fraternity, and Tau Beta Sigma, which is also the sisters of the band fraternity. And we also have the non-Greek organization here on campus, which is Group by Groove and Swing by Swing Social Fellowship Incorporated. I am a member of Group by Groove if it shows up and wants to cooperate with. Those are non-Greek organizations, not anti-Greek, just non-Greek. And as I said, as a family, we all have differences. We all bring something different to the table. It's just a matter of, how we choose to present it. But all of us have one common factor, and that is education, and that is the uplifting of the African American community and the communities around us. Clubs and organizations that we have here on campus. We have Blueberry Ambassadors, which are pretty much, those students that promote the school throughout the day-to-day lives. No matter what they're doing, they're always willing to talk to somebody, whether it be a visitor or a new student. They're always trying to help. We have the Choir Storm Marching Band. Our band is great. Feel like I'm missing something. Bear with me. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything on my chat line. Oh, thank you. We also have our SGA, our Student Government Association. Our SGA is pretty much, the students that want to take the lead and become the voice of the school. That's whether you're from a freshman all the way up to your senior year. You have that opportunity. We also have Royal Court here. If you're familiar with HBCUs, we do have a Mr. and Mrs. King and Queen on our campus. Every class from your freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors in college, we also have king and queens that represent everybody's class. We have a gospel choir, which is magnanimous. We also have a concert choir. While I was here at Livingstone College, our concert choir participated at Carnegie Hall. I think it was 2011, 2012, somewhere around in there. Our concert choir, as well as our band, as mascot, me again, and the cheerleaders also went to the Universal Circus and were able to perform also at Universal Circus. We have several different groups, and a lot of the groups that we have here on campus are student-oriented and student-created. So as you see on the screen, it says 4 different groups. Modeling group, troops. Those modeling troops that we have here on campus, as I said again, they were created by students. Some are newer, some are older. The names typically don't change. The missions don't either. It's teaching students how, or I'm gonna say how, teaching them how to pull out a certain type of confidence that they didn't have before they got here. For those who had the confidence, it's just teaching them how to help their classmates become better versions of themselves. And we have so much more. We have students that do DJing. They teach other students how to DJ. We have students that do photography. They teach freshmen and incoming students how to do photography. We have students that are entrepreneurs. We have, I believe they changed the name of the group. It was called SIFE when I was here, Students of Free Enterprise, which is a business club, and several other different clubs that we have here at Livingstone as well. This is a little special to me as well. As I said, if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. Livingstone College is about student-driven programs and organizations and groups. Livingstone College has a radio station, LC Radio, WLJZ 107.1. It's a small band with radio. As long as you're in the city of Salisbury, you can listen to our radio station. the funny thing about this date that they started the radio station is not the date that the radio station was. Um, the imagination didn't come when it was started. November of 2008, a young man by the name of Samuel Jacobs was here at Livingstone, and he put a business proposal together to help the student body have more of a voice. And one of the things that he did was he started um, a media group called Blue Bear TV. Blue Bear TV was not just, it was basically video blogs of different things that we did around campus from the student perspective, whether it was parties, whether it was different things being done on campus. But what Sammy did was when he wrote his business proposal, he put in for a TV station, a radio station, a school newspaper, and there was something else that he put in. But out of everything that he sent in that he put together in his proposal, the school decided to run with the L2 Media Group. I think they did we do a live YouTube station. I don't know if they still do it or not. And in December of 2017, they started the radio station. And all of those things were created based on the imaginations of our students. And the radio station announces so many different things, school closings, things going on in the news. They play all genres of music that are related to the urban community. We also have you can follow us on our social media sites, Livingstone 1879 Admissions on Facebook, Livingstone College Office of Admissions on Instagram, and Livingstone College Office of Admissions at Blue Bear _ 1879 on Twitter. And just type in Livingstone College on YouTube, and you will find us all. Questions, the two pictures kind of speak for themselves. You can get life out of a stone. I always like to say we're all hard-headed, but at some point we wake up and we listen. And that's where I feel like that mantra, you can get life out of the stone, kind of stands and separates itself from everybody else. These are that needs to be updated, but we're not going to go through that one. If anybody has any questions or anything for me, please ask. That's the end of the slideshow itself. I hope I didn't lose anybody. Hope I didn't bore you all either. There's so much more that I normally would do if we were walking across campus, because I could actually point things out to you. That just gave me an idea for something else later. But as of right now, as I said again, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Trying to think, what can I? Our men's football team right now is going through a restructuring as well. And when I say restructuring, meaning that we just got a new football coach. If you keep up with college athletics, especially on the HBCU level, you all know that one of I think Division II schools. Yeah, I don't see anything either. I don't see any question. If you're familiar, you know, Deion Sanders is at Jackson State, coaching there, trying to bring a different light to the HBCU athletic programs. Here at Livingstone, you know, we couldn't get Deion, but we did manage to get us a former football player, former O-lineman, Coach Gilbert. I don't know Coach Gilbert's first name, but Coach Gilbert was a former O-lineman. The last team he played for was the Carolina Panthers. And his staff is world class as well. They have at least three. He has three other NFL coaches that plays for him. He has a coach by the name of last name Jordan. Coach Jordan played, I believe, 8 to 10 years in the league. The last team I know he played for, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so he played for us for about a year or two. Then he had Ted Washington Jr. As our D-line coach, or his defensive coordinator. Coach Washington played, I believe, about 15 seasons in the league as a D lineman. I believe one of the teams he played for, it was either him or his dad. One of them played for the Washington Redskins for quite some time. We also have a couple other coaches. I can't think of their names right offhand, and it's only because I haven't met them to actually keep the name in my head. And then we have at least two other coaches here that are alumni as well. So we tend to try as Blue Bears to give back. You know, a lot of times it doesn't always work in our favor. Um, I don't see any more questions. Um, so I'm not sure if anybody has anything that they want to know or don't want to know. Just say, Mr. Robbins, shut your mouth. No, don't do it. But yeah. I guess I don't see anything. No more questions, Cam. Yes, you can. There's nothing that states that they can't. Once they actually get in, the only thing they have to continue to do is just maintain their GPAs once they come in. I've seen it done not only here, but I've seen it done at other institutions where the students come in and they're recruited into the ROTC program, and and it's helped quite a few students out. So yes, they can as freshmen, they can join the ROTC program as well. All right, I guess there's no more questions or anything flowing. I greatly appreciate everybody that did participate. I greatly appreciate you all. You're welcome as well. Uh, but if you have any questions or anything, and you weren't able to ask them today, you can email me at srobbins@livingstone.edu. Again, that email address is srobbins@livingstone.edu. So everybody be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Um, Again, if you have any questions or anything and you're not sure what to ask right now, please feel free to email me at srobbins@livingstone.edu. All right, everybody be blessed. And thank you for participating.